Even as the National Guard, some of them are being withdrawn. Marines are being withdrawn. There was a recent judge ordering restrictions on raids. Those federal immigration efforts continue.
Community activists in Ontario are demanding answers today after ICE agents went into a grocery store today to make an arrest. These videos were recorded by witnesses who even followed the federal agents as they went inside a Stater Brothers grocery on Holt Boulevard. The greatest outrage appears to be directed at Ontario police. The community activists say it appeared officers were supporting ICE.
People that were here, people that saw everything that was going on, say that Ontario PD was not only here to give information or to protect, the community. They actually engaged in this operation, which is a clear violation of California law.
It's just, we're living in terror. Even though we are citizens, we're still living in terror and afraid to go out.
Community activists are demanding more transparency from Ontario and its police department. We reached out to the City of Ontario, but we have not heard back yet. Our chief meteorologist, Adam Kruger.
Yeah, that does look very cool. I like the building. Definitely has that Jetsons vibe going on. I love it. All right, now let's check out a satellite, visible satellite from the last 3 hours. That's the loop we're looking at here because these clouds were stubborn to clear today. Notice at the start of the loop, covering a lot of the LA basin, then hovering over the coast, and then eventually, our current time, those clouds have completely cleared out, at least for now. But we're going to be back into that pattern tonight, tomorrow morning, where the cloud cover fills in. And we do expect overall, despite the cloud cover, whether it's here or not, the temperatures were going to be a little bit cooler today. That's what we're seeing right now. In fact, along the coastline, it's 60s, even 61 at Malibu. Inland, it's not that warm. 70s up through the San Fernando Valley, up to Porter Ranch, it's 81 though. And then in the Inland Empire, we have some 80s, but certainly not a heat wave or nowhere near it. Even in the desert, not that hot right now. 80s and some 90s across the high desert. Only 102 for Palm Springs, which is below average for that location for this time of year. Again, though, I talked about the clouds coming back in tonight and tomorrow morning, so that's exactly what we'll see. And not just cloud cover, but it's possible there's a little bit of really minor drizzle for a few hours in a couple of spots tomorrow morning. That's what these green splotches are showing here for the morning tomorrow. And then clouds will gradually clear out over the course of the morning and midday tomorrow. All right, lows overnight, we see most areas dropping into the 60s. Here's a look at the highs for tomorrow. Again, not hot at all. Temperatures remain a little below average. We expect a lot of 70s. Along the coast, it'll be low 70s. You go inland, 70s with a few 80s into the IE. Again, the deserts, we see how it's not going to be overly hot there. Here's more of a zoomed-in view across our area tomorrow, a lot like today. So we'll have those 80s through the Inland Empire, into the valleys as well, dodging the 90s in those locations. A lot of the LA basin through Orange County, we've got highs in the 70s, and we've got near 70, maybe even a few upper 60s along the coastline. So heat holds off, quiet weather. We're going to see things kind of similar for several days in a row. We'll talk more about it, though, the overall U.S. weather pattern, where there is, by the way, a substantial heat wave going on, and we'll have our 7-day forecast all coming up a little later. For now, let's go back to you.